Tom says, why don't you drive like a real man like me? How would that be, Tom? What am I doing wrong? Educate me, sir. Okay. The head tracking is... I think I need to tweak it ever so slightly. Oh, it works better that way. I think maybe my microphone is in the way of the thing. Oh no, it's been a bit... You're being a bit tweaky. Stop being tweaky. Looking behind you is a little bit tricky. What do I press to pick that up now? God, my help bar is completely gone. I have a car, it's a Volkswagen. Or, if I'm reading your text correctly, you have a Volkswagen, which is a Golf. Nice. Have you been drinking, Tom? Since you have two tools attached, you can switch between them to operate them individually. The schematic view of the tractor in the top left displays the tools that's currently active. I don't see anything in the top left. Select the cultivator at the back and lower it into the soil, then drive up and down the field as straight as you can. F1. Ah, thanks, Jimmy. Every time I move, it goes. Is that intentional? Okay, how do I switch? Lower cultivator. Now that's going to be one of these buttons that I've bound. I don't know which one yet. Okay, that view track is having some issues right now. That extends it. That does nothing. That does nothing. Okay. No idea how to lower that tool. How do I lower the tool using the keyboard? V. Okay. Right, let's see how we get on. My head tracking is doing that. Oh, my head tracking is getting rid of the menu. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Still having to use the keyboard. Raise it. Wow. It's not the straightest bit of farming you've ever seen, is it? Tom says, I bet you crash. That's a good bet, Tom. I think you're going to win on that one for sure. Now at the moment, I've got to say, it just feels like I'm playing Farm Sim 17 with all the mods turned off. You're getting seasick. Apologies. Because I have to keep looking down at my keyboard. I've got to say, I've got a thing for rear view mirrors, and these rear view mirrors are actually really good. It would be nice if I could adjust them to where I want them, but they look pretty darn good. Nicely done. You've got the hang of cultivation. Ready to plant some seeds? Okay, let's plant some seeds. YOLO Swaglova. I could not relate with this simulator because in my country we are still into the good old pick and pluck farming, and farmers here are dirt poor. They live in bamboo huts. We own a farm and we just hire these peasants to do work on our farm while we pay them in peanuts. The game should be renamed to First World Farming Simulator. That's a great comment, I've got to say. I'm not sure I agree with it entirely from a politically correct perspective, but yeah, great comment nonetheless. Well, you don't use them, glad you don't drive in real life. Follow you on Instagram, you're popular. Okay, I'm going to Instagram you. I don't Instagram, but you know, I might make an exception for you, Tom. Cultivating has loosened the soil, making it well prepared for sowing. You'll need a tractor and sowing machine for this task. Make sure to fill the sowing machine with seeds. Get in the tractor and attach the tools just as you did before, because it was really straightforward how I did it before. So I'm thinking that's like a portable refill point. Why is the camera doing weird stuff now? It wasn't doing that earlier. Let's back it up. Back it up, back it up. Press Q. First fill the sowing machine with the seed pallet next to it. Then turn it on so it can plant seeds. Finally, lower it into the soil. Once all this is done, drive up the field again and sow some canola seeds. Okay, so R is refill. I didn't see any option in the game key binding for refill. I need to press OK first. Come on, head tracking, stop being awkward. Right, well I think that's refilled it. Maybe I need to reset my head tracking. Maybe that's the problem. Ah, there we go. Right, that's fixed it. Okay, so B turns it on. That's not what I wanted to do then. V lowers it. I think that's it. I don't know. Let's go. Let's see if anything happens. Seems to be doing it. Difficult to tell sometimes. See if we can roll the tractor. Yeah, that's working. That's working a treat. So I'm just looking at the inside of the cab here. It seems way more vibrant than it did in 17, but I'm not really seeing. I mean, the accelerator moves, the lever, the orange lever on the left moves. So it's almost like everything that's orange is animated and nothing else is. Let's just lift the thing up. See, that didn't move anything. So none of the controls appear to actually be animated at all. Which is a bit of a shame. You don't get paid sitting doing nothing, you know. I'm a manager's assistant, you are not. This is true, Tom. This is true. Good job. The seeds are planted and now all it takes is time for them to grow into a field of canola, ready to harvest. Cool. After some time has passed, a field is ready to be harvested. In Korea, look at the map menu to see if any fields are ready to be harvested. You need a combine harvester and header for this task. The combine harvester harvests the grain and separates it from the stems, then the grain can be sold. Enter the combine harvester and attach the header at the front. Okay. So one thing I am glad to see in this game is that fields now sort of... Oh, hang on, that didn't pick it up. Fields now have a lot more reality based to them. I'll come back to that in a minute, guys. So you now need to weed them, you need to fertilize them, you need to plow once every 3 times. There's lime to be added. That makes the whole farming process, I think, more involved, which can only be a good thing. So I'm excited to get my teeth into that. But I also have discovered, or I've heard, that there are quite a lot of bugs surrounding that whole thing. Sometimes the weeds don't work at all. Sometimes you can't get rid of them. The whole yield system is confusing a few people. It seems fairly straightforward to me, but I haven't really got into it yet, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm interested to get into it more, definitely. So we need to unfold, which is X, lower, which is V, and B to 10. Okay, X, V, B. Alrighty. X. V. And B. That was quite cool, actually. It moved the ladder out to the left. Now, that doesn't look like that's lowered it to me. Oh, it has. It's actually higher up than I was expecting. Cool. The audio seems better than I remember in Farm Sim 17. Seems more realistic. Okay, let's... For some reason I've lost control of my mouse. So I can't come over and allow that comment on, but... yeah. Held a message for profanity. It's nothing serious, but I can't move the mouse to allow it. I'll come back to that in a minute once we've finished harvesting this field. Oh, brakes. The combine grain tank is nearly full. Open the pipe, drive alongside the tipper at the edge of the field and empty the grain into it. Okay, that's pretty straightforward stuff. Except, how do I open the flipping... oh, let's pipe out. Okie dokes. Let's raise that up, turn that off. Go external cam. Going to be able to get alongside that thing, I'm not sure. Maybe over the back will work. Cool. Right. You could pee on them. Yeah. Well done, Tom. You circumnavigated the auto mod. You can't open a door. OMG. What do you mean in the tractor? No, I don't think so. Tom, I'm glad you like being an assistant manager in a pub, buddy. We all have to have something to do. Great, get out of the combine and get into the tractor in front of the tipper. Understood? The flashing icon on your map shows you where to unload the tipper. Drive over there and empty the grain into your silos. Will do. Now crop destruction is theoretically on, so yeah, look at that. Wow. Really am destroyed. That's cool. That is good to see. Where am I going? Over here somewhere? Oh, there we go. So what's the button to empty this out? That would be U apparently, and that'll tip to the side rather than tipping backwards. U? Oh, tip side. Okay, right, yeah. Grain door. How do I tip it then? Start overloading. That's an interesting term. That's overloading, not unloading. That's interesting. You bet I'm playing this in my mum's attic. Tom, you should write a book entitled How to Make Friends and Influence People. Excellent. The grain will keep well in your silos. There is a limited capacity you can store in them, but you will be able to expand them later in the game. Once you are ready to sell your harvest, you can take the grain out of your silos and deliver them to one of the various selling stations in the world to make some money. Understood. Good work, and with this you are now prepared to turn your land into a thriving farm, says you. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. I really appreciate you coming along and taking the time to do that. I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of you who watched this video today. Special big thank you to our Patreons and supporters on Twitch. But everybody who comes and watches, you all count, you are all part of this. And I thank you so much. If you hit that like button, I will like you twice as much. Even more than that, perhaps. It is for you guys that I make these videos, so it matters to me a huge amount if you enjoy watching them, and if you don't, you need to tell me. So thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, until next time, goodbye for now.